Look behind me. It looks different, doesn't it?
Paint!
So I know we've been working on the inside lately, but this week we did decide to do the paint on the outside. We both needed a little bit of forward visual progress, and we heard that it's supposed to rain later this week, so we can do some of the inside stuff when it's raining. So why not use the good weather now and do some of the outside painting work? Hi, we are Erica and Davy, an adventurous, slightly crazy couple who has taken on the challenge of restoring a hurricane-damaged catamaran. It isn't easy, but we are seeing progress from all our hard work. Subscribe to our channel to follow our journey. You must tell yourself, no matter how hard it is or how hard it gets, I'm going to make it.
Hi guys, welcome to this week's episode.
Do you see this smile on my face right here?
Yeah. I think I've made Erica happy this morning because I put a bit of a surprise in. Erica was at home editing back at the apartment, and I sent her a message saying that we were going to put some bottom paint on. So, quick spin around. Do you want to zoom in?
You can see it. There's paint. It's the first.
Stay tuned. Let's paint this boat.
Visual forward progress.
It's so exciting, guys. So this is the epoxy barrier coat that we were putting on. We're just starting with below the waterline. So what we've actually done is we've taped it out, and this is actually 9 centimeters above the waterline. The reason for that is we want a little bit of overlap in that area, right?
You sounded fine. Don't say right. You sounded very confident, like you knew what you were talking about.
So once we have all the epoxy barrier coat on, then we'll re-tape out the line for the actual waterline, paint both of our different types of any foul on, and then we'll be able to do white from up there. It's so exciting. So Davy's going to talk to you a little bit about what type of product we've used for this. We did have to source it locally here in the country, so it means we had to go with what we found.
So we're using Amacoat 370. We managed to source it here in the country and buy it here in the country. This isn't a advert for the company or anything else, but there's lots of good reviews about this. It's a very good base coat, epoxy barrier coat, and also we can use this in the spray gun if I actually put some thinners in it to use it as a primer ready for the top coat that we're going to be using on the sides of the boat and up underneath. So should be a great product. Lots of great reviews online. So let's hope it works.
It already looks like it has.
I am covered in paint. Painting!
I'm
So
good.
we've done our side. Look at that! Ah! And now we're done port side.
Yeah.
You have paint on your face. Do you
I
know
got
that?
paint everywhere. You got paint everywhere. We're both covered in it. You're going to be itching for days. You're not supposed to do this.
I know, but I want to help.
I know.
And I'm sick of people saying I don't do enough.
Well, screw them.
So because of this covered in paint stuff, I'm probably going to itch and I'm going to be covered in rashes for
Covered
months.
in eczema for about a month and a half.
But I want my boat back in the water.
We're getting paint on the boat.
Happy days. Such a satisfying feeling, eh?
Just watching all those repairs just disappear and look like they were never there.
The circles.
No more circles, no more 11-foot repair. It's all just disappeared.
We have been reminiscing a little bit as we've been going around though.
looking so good. Keep it moving.
So this is the last lot.
Just wasn't
You missed
cutting
this spot. Oh,
it. Better?
yeah.
It's the final stretch.
The final stretch. The whole straight. Well, for this layer anyway.
Davey said he always stays clean until I started working with him. And now that I'm helping, he's covered in paint.
Look at the state of me. It's all Erica's fault.
I think it's the paint. Hey! I can have gray freckles.
And grey hairs. Grey t-shirt. Supposed to be white. Seriously.
Don't swear, you're on camera.
First coat is done!
Wow!
Happy days. Happy sodding days. Alright, let's pack up this mess and go find puppy dogs.
See.
Alrighty guys, good morning. So this is the next day back at the boat after putting the epoxy barrier coat on. I spent a bit of time this morning removing the blue tape. A lot of it had been on the boat for way too long, so it was getting difficult to get off. And also, if you remember from what Erica said, this isn't actually the waterline. The waterline is actually about 9 centimeters lower down. So this area is going to get sanded and fed back into each other, so that when we go with the epoxy barrier coat from above, which we're going to spray on, it will overlap, and this will be done in a white epoxy barrier coat ready for top coat paint. Other bits I've done this morning, so what I've done is I've been looking at the keels here. I've given them a slight sanding back because the epoxy barrier coat had slightly dried. So I've given those a sand back, I've washed them off with water, and I've also wiped them down with acetone. So what I'm ready for now is I'm going to stick some, let's get some bottom paint on. So the way we're doing the bottom paint on this boat, we're doing two different types of bottom paint. The first two coats are going to be with this red hard bottom paint from PPG. Once they're on, then afterwards we're going to add 2 coats of black ablative on the top. Reason for this being is that once the ablative starts to wear off, we'll be able to see the red colour coming through ever so slightly, which means we've still got plenty of time to arrange a haul out to do another bottom job, instead of just being back to the epoxy barrier coat and starting to damage that. So it gives a protection for the epoxy barrier coat that we've been working so hard to put on. Another thing we're going to do around the waterline area, I'm actually not going to use the red, I'm going to use black. Just one stripe of black along and then red below. Reason for that being, if it does start to wear out, quite often it's the waterline that goes first. I don't want it to be showing some red paint. I just want to see indications of red under the water. So when I'm snorkeling, cleaning the bottom of the boat, I'll be able to see it. I don't want everybody in the anchorage to see that we're starting to get low on paint. So black, red, and then black on the top of that. So let's crack on, have a go at this. Alright, so that's the first coat of the red hard. You might be wondering as well, why am I just doing the keels and not doing the whole hull of the boat, basically. Reason for this being is I want to do the keels because I'm going to re-chock the boat. By re-chocking the boat, I'm actually going to put blocks here and here and a long wooden board between them, which will help support the boat. So I want to get the paint on so I don't need to worry about that at all. Once we get splashed in the water, all these areas are going to be done, and it means I can move some of my other jack stands around a little bit, knowing that I've got a little bit of weight on the keel plus the 3 jack stands that I've got in the middle of the boat. So this is the reason for what I'm doing today. Well, this is coming along great. So we've got 2 coats of epoxy barrier coat, 2 coats of red hard bottom paint, and 1 coat of the black ablative paint on now. So on the 2 keels here now, I've just loaded up some more paint in the tray. So I'm just going to bash out 1 more coat. That means then tomorrow, this can dry overnight. Then tomorrow I can re-chock the boat, move some stands around a little bit to get to a couple of areas that I couldn't get to, a couple of little bits of fairing filler that need to be finished up. So that'll be possible to do tomorrow when I've re-chocked the boat. So happy days, we're actually getting somewhere.
So as I promised last week, I've decided to show you a little bit about Lupron in each episode. So this week I've decided to take you on a morning stroll down towards Playa Grande. It's one of the main beaches here in Lupron. It's absolutely beautiful. So we are staying at Bob and Sue's hotel up on the hill. It is only about a 15-minute walk down towards the beach. There's a couple ways to get here. We like going down the street so Fox can chase her ball. But once you get to the beach, it's absolutely stunning. We love going down here. It's super peaceful and quiet. The white sandy beaches of Playa Grande. So technology isn't always your friend. My microphone didn't pick up any of this that I said down here, but behind me you can see 2 abandoned resorts. They were shut down in about 2011 from what we've been told, but they're absolutely huge. From what we've heard, there is about 1,000 rooms per hotel. There's massive swimming pools. It's just bizarre. It is a little bit eerie walking down here because it kind of feels like there should be people around. It's an absolutely beautiful view. It's right along the beach. Can you imagine staying here? It would have been awesome. Alright guys, so I just want to do a massive thank you for watching this week's episode. We are so happy that there's finally some paint on the bottom of the boat. We have big plans for this next week. We're going to start working on the bulkheads. We're going to start maybe doing more of the bottom paint on the complete hulls. We have through holes to install and underwater lights. There's lots coming up that we're planning on doing next week. So thank you for watching this week's episode, and stay tuned for more.